Hi Pisces, happy birthday. Right in time, the rain's kicked in. I've been trying to record this video all day long today. It's the day before your season, and this was the rain that I think this reading was waiting for. The sun's travelled through the other 11 signs and it makes its last stop here with you. A lot of gains, a lot of losses, and perhaps a lot of trials and tribulations along the way. 2019 was quite a journey, and I think everything that became apparent to you, Pisces, in 2019 has now come to this culmination point, this full circle point. And I think you know how this new moon, your season, brings on a real culmination, the end of, And your season really is all about sowing seeds. Thank God for the rains, huh? It's fertile time for you. Make a wish. Use this birthday energy, the solar return energy, to refresh yourself, revive yourself, get some much needed rest, and set off the next cycle in a more assertive way, I want to say. I think you really know now what it is that you truly want, what can stay, and what really just, Pisces, I feel you're done with certain things, certain people, certain cycles. I think your new moon, and with Mercury being in retrograde in your sign, might sort of bring out a lot of stagnant emotions, triggers, things that you might have been holding on to for some time. Times where you may have lost your patience with people, situations, yourself, and where a lot of that stems from, and how it is that you need to really, as a responsibility, Pisces, really tend to some of the wounds that you may have gathered along the way. What better time to heal than when the sun just is powering down at you? We're not using any tarot cards this month. We're doing all oracle cards, very intuitive read. I have Moon and Pisces this season. It's easy peasy. Pisces, a lot of unsurety, I think. Am I doing the right thing? But I think deep down inside of all of it, you really know in your heart of hearts how, soulmate, there's a part of you that's really missing. And I think this birthday, this month for you, connects you with a soulmate. Brings forward an energy that brings some sort of ease and comfort to your soul. Perhaps reminds you why a few other things weren't feeling 100% right. I'm going to take those. Soulmate energy, a real call, Pisces, for you to maybe reflect on love. Venus is in Aries and it moves into Taurus. Venus likes being in Taurus. It's easy in Taurus. And it's the kind of romance that Pisces, I think, can appreciate. This yearning for love, Pisces. This need, this want, is going to ask you to clear out a few wounds, I think. Clear out a few energies. cut some energetic cords that you should have cut a long time ago. And I think with that comes almost an understanding that if you are willing and prepared to clean your tracks, you open up new pathways, potentials for bittersweet. It's bittersweet because I think you know what you have to let go of now. And I think your patience is really testing you. And now that the sun is really shining its light down on you, a lot of what you could let go before you really can't let go of anymore. And yeah, it is kind of bittersweet when things come to an end. But you are the culmination point. And it is time to transmute and transcend certain relationships to find what it is that you're really looking for. I have facade and I have balance. Pisces, I think the painting that you've been putting up for everyone is beginning to wear a bit thin. I think people might be beginning to see through partnerships, unions, even friendships. And I think the perhaps lack of balance is making it harder and harder every day to keep up a false image. And I think, Pisces, it might be really important to look at why it is that you are in a position to need to create false realities to facilitate the image that you have and this facade that you are creating. Bittersweet. You know, it is very it's fleeting, you know, it's one of those kind of emotions that is, you know, actually that's a reminder for me. I was listening to this one song earlier and I thought, this is my Pisces season anthem. It's Bittersweet Symphony. Hear that song. That I think is going to be the anthem for this Pisces season. Hear the song if it has something to give to you. Oh. I choose to learn through love. I want you to go back to being a child and when you were learning about life, sort of navigating your way through life. Where your learning may not have been associated to patience or somebody being patient with you, or perhaps giving you enough love and understanding to really, or even attention or affection enough to help you accomplish something or help you feel loved or nurtured or supported. I think there might need to be a revisiting of going back to times where we felt we may have been neglected. And maybe send ourselves a bit of love from where we're at now. There's a lot of learning that this season, your birthday, still has to teach you. So remain really open-minded. And I think if you're trying to come from a vibration of love, which means forgiveness, which means compassion, empathy, understanding, apathy even. Forgive where you can and try and be looking at things from a view of love. Especially the way that you look at yourself, Pisces. And how maybe a lot of the decisions that you may have made over this past decade may not have been decisions that your soul necessarily agreed with. And things that you may have just put up with because you may have overloved. Or put yourself in positions where you were being underloved. I think this birthday, this month, you are really going to have to make a choice for yourself, Pisces. And the choice that you make really decides whether or not you spend the rest of your life in an authentic love situation or you are still bouncing around with bittersweet unions and you'll still be looking for that balance and not quite finding it because the facade has gotten so real that the line between the realities has become so fluid that none of it is real. The call for a soulmate, however, Pisces, that's interesting. I want you guys to really spend your time thinking, pondering, meditating, dreaming about partnership. A loving union, what that means to you, who that means to you, how that means to you. What would that person have to offer you? What would they give you? Who would they be for you? How would you be with them? Who would you be with them? Stepping out of comfort zones, Pisces. I choose to learn through love. Acceptance. I think if it's time to release, your soul needs you to do it now. You gotta let go of a certain set of expectations from people, from a certain situation, a person, a relationship. You know by now damn well they're never gonna give it to you. And you can either choose to love yourself enough to move in a healthy direction, or we can just keep doing this. I choose to learn through love. I think that's your message from this deck. All the details of the cards will be in the description box below. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot deck. I choose to learn through love. Spend some time, I think, this month, Pisces, connecting with your creativity, your passion, your art, expressing yourself entirely. And I think reviving and rejuvenating your energies by doing things like dancing, singing, cooking, high vibrational activities, meditating, get your crystals out. Charge them up in the sun. Charge yourself up in the sun. Charge yourself up in a body of water. This Mercury retrograde, abundant emotions all over the place. And a lot of it's really not going to make sense. A lot of it might be quite full on, like a bit of a tidal wave hitting you backwards. You don't have to be on your feet this month, Pisces. The best advice for you would be stay off your feet. Stay fluid, completely fluid. And sleep as much as you can also. I have 2 root chakra cards, so I'm going to suggest that a little bit of root chakra work is always important for you, Pisces. And as much as it is fun to wear a lot of crystals that open up your crown chakra, maybe work a little bit on getting grounded also this season. I've got prosperity begins and patience and planning. Have some water. Patience and planning. Pisces, the work that you've been putting towards something, the thing that you didn't think was going to work out, all the effort that you've put towards this one thing, it's time to sow the seeds. And it's time to have a bit of wisdom and faith. Because where you've had to be patient, and where you've had to really strategize, and where you really may have felt as if like there was no hope, or there was no growing bigger than this, or there was no future in it, I think the hard work that you may have put into something is really going to pay out, because prosperity begins. Prosperity is here for you. This is yield. By the time of the Virgo full moon, we will naturally see financial yield. And prosperity begins. And I think a new fertile, a new almost like birth, rebirth even, of a time that feels really good to your soul. You can really cultivate right now, if you wish, by setting intentions, by sowing those seeds, by really working in the direction of the things that you really want, and going out on a limb and just really having that patience with yourself and the process, and really trying to be on top of your game, like be the winner of whatever it is that you're trying to succeed in right now. I feel as if a lot of, especially the soulmate stuff, a lot of this learning that you will do will come from your commitment to whatever your craft is. The thing is, though, there is a real call to like a few really important things for you this month, Pisces. And that might be confronting some of these demons, some of these triggers, some of these ghosts that hide in our closet, some of the pains that we are avoiding, the things that we don't want to confront, what we've had to really sacrifice of ourselves in order to just get on with life, appreciating the fact that no, we're not really here for that long, we're not here forever. And while we are here, there's a lot that we have to do, and staying committed to ourselves and not letting the past or not letting the memories of what has happened to us or what other people have done to us, you know, emotionally unintelligent mothers or absent fathers or, you know, abusive partners, doesn't define us. We are so much more in Pisces season. Pisces, you get a really good reminder of how, you know, where you create from, where you create from, the place, the thing that you are creating, you have to spend a lot of time there mentally and get really familiar with it so that it becomes as real as it can. Facade. This month is really asking you to let go of the bullshit. What's not real, what doesn't resonate with you anymore, the things that have changed for you, the energy that is just not working anymore, and you are dragging it and it's like creating so much friction and it's just not working. And everything is blocked and suspended because of the pretense that you are putting onto something that you know damn well right now. And I know that you know by this is the culmination point. This is the point where everything that's not right and is not serving you moves forward. And for whatever reason you may have been reluctant to do it, find balance. Find balance. Really do get yourself, like, get to just reconcile with yourself. Choose to learn through love. Because the minute you are not dependent on any one tangible, you really get to start playing on a playing field where not only does prosperity begin, but all of your patience and planning gets to manifest. There needs to be some hard work done this month. I think Venus in Taurus is quite sensual. And if there is a call to be with a specific person or to have a certain type of encounter, really explore that this month. It's a good time to do so. I think that's all I have for you, Pisces. Have a beautiful birthday. To book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com and leave me a comment. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.